in the interest of time, I think what we'll now do is move on to the next session straight away. If you've got questions for Brian, Brian's coming back again at the end, so any questions for Brian or points to raise, we can do so at that stage. We have now call on Brendan Clowry, who is a consultant psychologist. And Brian, you can just tell us a few words about yourself, and you would be happy to maybe speak for 7 to 8 minutes or so, and then take questions. That'd be great.
Thank you. I'm a psychologist, and I appear quite often in the high school which I'm accountable in relation to children and families. And there are a number of issues that have come up already which are interesting. So my preliminary point is picking up with what we said before about policy and control. And reference is made to the British Liability Society code of conduct for professionals. I think most professions do have these sorts of code of conduct, but it's my experience that having policy documents isn't necessarily reflected in the practice, and I think that must apply to CAT, psychologists, psychiatrists, and a whole range of other disciplines. And what I'm interested in is actually the process of looking at that and exposing when there are problems. And I think that my starting point, I was asked to speak about the voice of the child. And I'm not part down one way or another in favour of fathers or mothers, and I think somebody else knew this knows that I do might have some professional involvement already. I think that it is important that one learns from one's history. And I think it was a right of some down that if you don't learn from your mistakes, you'll want to repeat them. Now, I think in the early 70s, there was an assumption that we've got frank social workers, psychiatrists, psychologists, all knew what they were about. And I think what flowed from it was a lot of poor practice, a lot of arrogance, professionalism, and methodologically extremely flawed case management. Now, that's been exposed quite dramatically over the years in a number of cases. I was recently in the state of Jersey on a case where I don't find these things, and that is hugely confidential. But the Cleveland inquiry was a seminal document in an inquiry chaired by Elizabeth Public. And she exposed huge and significant malpractice and incompetence. Now, I don't believe, and I don't think the inquiry believed, that was done with intent or done deliberately. But what it clearly demonstrated were instances of groupthink, a preparedness to deride hypothesis and speculation into diagnosis and formulation, much to the detriment and harm of a lot of families and other children. Now that, I don't know exactly how much that inquiry cost, but I know it was well over £1 million. I think one perhaps would assume that a lot would have been learned from him. Well, unfortunately, like so many other government inquiries, I'm not sure that a great deal was learned. And there have been other inquiries that, and I'm interested in the private relationship. So that came about, the knowledge of it only came about through the publication of public inquiry. In other cases, and I'm not going to go into the details, because I can start with no knowledge, but eminent pediatricians whose practice has been questioned, and subject to General Medical Council inquiries and so on, came to light because the matter was being dealt with in the criminal, not in the family. Now, it is my experience that there are quite a number of practices that are, just looking at as a psychologist or somebody who are doing reasonable content, are just inadequate, wholly inadequate from the clinical point of view, both in respect of psychologists, psychiatrists, and guardians. And I do myself in that history. I'm not here to denigrate any particular profession. Because I think psychologists are equally capable of making worse errors of judgment than anybody else. It seems to me there has to be a clear understanding of the methodology, a clear understanding that critical thinking must hold sway in determining all of these things, not simply looking at it from a male point of view or a female point of view, and I also in relation to the sort of Dutch colleague here. I think it is useful to look at research, but I think I've also found that research is informed very, very poorly in relation to particular cases. And I know that sometimes an argument is made in cases, but in the high court that doesn't research tell us that this ought to be the pattern social context, which between children and their parents. And I think it would be a grave error, clinically, to let that research tail wag to a particular case or so. And I know that the lady I was sitting next to earlier was talking about this whole issue of CAP and core decisions having been made. So each case must be determined on its merit, and that requires rigorous clinical casework analysis. What troubles me about, and I'll wonder about my presidential declarations later, and we're going to go over time. What troubles me methodologically about that, and I will particularly in relation to cancer, is a matter of funding. It's my understanding that when CAP officers are already or are going to be limited in the amount of funding, the amount of hours they're going to be conducted, the amount of hours they're going to be allowed to make in relation to a particular case. And it just seems to me that flies in the face of common sense. In the same way, if I'm taking a taxi from here to Brighton, it's going to cost me a lot more money than my home in North London. And some cases are far more complicated than others. And if there is that uniformity of funding imposed on healthcare, and if healthcare officers are prepared to accept that, I think that will be inimical to the welfare of the children and inimical to the whole process of the children's voices being heard. Now, I'll come on to some particular sort of matters in relation to hearing the voice of the child. But I don't see this as just, it's a lot more complicated than it may appear. It would be easy to go and take a tape recorder and say, okay, Johnny, tell me what you think. It needs to be really thought of as a process. And it's a process which can't really be rushed. You can't predict how long it's going to take for a child to establish rapport. And then to feel free to tell you openly about their personal and their private life. And I think if any one of you were to be put into the position of being interviewed by a psychologist or a psychiatrist you've never met before, and you have no reason to trust them, and you're asked intrusive, inquisitorial questions about before, you tell them to get lost. You might not tell them, you may be feeling inclined to. Children are not in that position, whether it's by a psychiatrist, psychologist, or guardian. In a setting where they feel somehow obliged out of politeness to answer the questions these people are asking. And I think if there is going to be this impediment in relation to funding, children are not going to be established that way. And therefore the whole process and reliability of the so-called evidence they provide will maybe be extremely dubious. And I think that, and as a parallel, I said I've seen quite a considerable number of child memorandum videos in relation to allegations in cases of child sexual abuse.